This video is about how to make different color variations using the color mask function of SmartDesigner, the fashion and textile CAD software. So first of all, you have to open a blank workspace again. Let's do it from the start. File, create new image. So before I just click this, make sure to remember create new project is for the vector mode, and all the rest of the work can be done using the create new image button. So create new image. We're going to make use of the general image mode. Make sure you're on the full colors, landscape or portrait. Depends on your work. So we have a blank workspace like this. Now call out a sample. You can either make use of the sample models, or you can just make use of the models that you saved in your image list. I'm going to make use of a model from my personal work. So we have a sample model here. So like I explained briefly earlier, color mask function is about color variation. So it will going to mask the original color and gives you a different color variation. So you don't really need to print out different samples with different color options. So through this function, you can just see the preview of different colorways or color variations in seconds. Now, if you are done with your model, if you're done importing your model image, select image button and select define irregular image. So similar with the draping mode, you have to select the portion where you would like to change the color, or rather where you would like to see the color variation. So one thing about our color mask function is that we're going to give you a very lifelike effect. So without destroying the original image's shadows, brightness, it will just going to give you the color changes in a realistic way as possible. So once you're done, make sure to right click and click OK. And you're going to find your portion defined like this. Now, same with the draping mode, you can also adjust the outlines. So that's right click, move control nodes. You can move your nodes like this to define the outline in more detailed way. So when you're happy with it, similar with the draping function, click finish selection. So after you click this, you cannot adjust or you cannot modify any portion at all. So finish selection, and you're going to have your portion like this. Now, what we need to do from here, either right click and click the color mask, or you can make use of the icon here. The color mask icon is literally a mask icon. And from here, now we're going to the color mask process is basically a color grouping process. So as you see, you may think that this is like, from our eyes, this is just simply an orange tank top. But what computer or the CAD system recognizes is that this tank top is composed of so many different colors and so many different shades of orange. So we're going to group them into one. So it will be easier for the CAD system to recognize and to change the color. So we're going to, once we group the colors into one, it will going to recognize this portion as one color, and it will going to give different different variations of colors. So you can either select the colors manually, or you can just select the colors automatically. So let's just do the automatic selection. And you can find the colors being selected like this. So all the rest of the colors that hasn't been selected, just simply click them away like this. And for the rest of the colors that hasn't been selected, you can simply click the group remaining colors to make it all white, looking like that. It has to be all white, because if there are some colors that hasn't been grouped or that hasn't been added to the palette like this, that means that that color is not grouped properly. So once we're done selecting all the colors, and once the portion turned into complete white, right click on one of the color and click merge selected colors, and just click with other colors in the palette and just merge every colors into one, like that. Once you're done collecting all the colors, click OK. And you may think that the setting has disappeared, but it's still there. Now, the last part of the color mask function, click change color and bring your mouse over the portion that you worked with. So if you see the part over here, so no matter where I put my mouse, the color is just orange. But let's say if I move my mouse to somewhere else where I did not group the colors, you can actually see the colors changing. Means that all these colors are just independent colors. They're not really grouped into one. Unlike this portion, since we just grouped them into one, it's just shown as shown as orange color. So select the original part or the portion where you did the color grouping. Click left click, and just simply put your mouse over the color where you would like to see, or where you would like to the color, where you would like to see the other on your desired color, rather. Just like that. And you can, and using this lever over here, this is the anti-alias lever. I usually just put them all the way to the left so the edges won't be too smooth or it won't be too smudged. Now if you're happy with one color, just click that color and you can actually see the color applied to the model like this. So just like just like draping mode a while ago, if you want to make use of this model in the future for the color mask purpose, simply click the select image, do not delete, select keep, and select the rectangular image. Since we clicked the irregular image a while ago, now this time simply click the define rectangular image, and it will automatically select the whole image of the model and add it to the image list. Now if you don't select this as a whole image, what's going to happen is that since this portion of the model is selected using the irregular image window, when you click add it to image list, only this tank top will be added to the image list, and that doesn't really look good because you want to see it on the model rather than just see the part of it. So that actually depends on whatever you're working on, but usually most of the designers would rather prefer to see different color options of their design already that's already were on the model. So we usually suggest our designers to use the steps we did a while ago to select the full image and add it to the image list. So now since the model with the color mask function is added to the image list, you can make use of this anytime you want, as long as you just save the image list. So let's say we have a new window and you want to make use of this model again. Let's say you want to do the color mask work with this model again. Just simply copy, do the change color. Make sure you have to remember which portion that you did the color gripping. Select the original color and just move your mouse over different colors like that to see which color option would look best on your model or best on your design. Now if you put this all the way to the right, it will going to make the edge of the design more smoother. But personally I just don't put this at all, so it would look like that. So it would just look sharp. So there we have it. You can actually call several pictures. Let's say, for example, let's say if you want to compare or if you want to see which color would look good compared to the original, just like that. You can actually do this. Like let's say you're having a meeting with your buyer, you can actually just simply call all three of the model and tell them this is the original, this is the color option 1, this is color option 2, something like that. So that was it for the color mask function. So to add on to that, so this is a kit model that I used. So let's go to the draping image. So I applied a draping effect and the color mask effect onto this baby model. So you can actually mix two functions. So if you see here, I'm going to drape object. So if you see here, I applied the draping function over her coat and applied the color mask function on her ribbon, sleeve, and the ribbon on her shoes to match the pattern that I just applied. So you can actually do that. One thing you have to be careful though is that if you want to apply both draping function and color mask function at the same time onto one model, you have to do all the work here in the drape image mode, because draping won't work, like object drape won't work on the general image mode. So all the work has to be done here. The procedure is the same. You can either do the draping work first and then the color mask, or you can do the color mask first and then the draping. It doesn't really matter. So with this function, you can actually get more color and design choices, like even without printing a sample textiles or sample designs. Just like that. So that was it for the color mask function and the brief application of color mask function and draping function. Thank you for your time. If you have any inquiries or if you have any question regarding any of these functions, please do let me know. Have a great day.